Hello and welcome to... Wow, that Wembley footage really didn't have the effect they were hoping it was going to have, huh? Wrestling. My name is Fabian Valentine and I am your host and sole commentator for the evening. And folks, we have quite a night of action in store for you today, or tonight I should say. We are going to start off with our mid-card social media internet championship on the line as the defending champion Sanji takes on, well, I guess Sanji needs the bathroom, takes on the former champion Skinny Arm Steve. Now, the last time we saw these two in a match together was the MMA Fight match. And that was a 5-person elimination. You know, a lot of people were taking damage from the environment. A lot of people were taking damage from the various obstacles around. This is where the real test of if Sanji... Does he deserve to be champion? Or did he win on a fluke? Of course, oh gosh, helicopter kick by Sanji. 15 minutes on the clock. 15-minute time limit in an Iron Man match, of course. Pinfall or victory is what will give you a point. Oh, hang on, pinfall attempt, but Sanji's on the ropes, Steve. I don't know what you were expecting there. But anyways, later on tonight, after this match, we will see Gojo take on Saitama, with the winner being the #1 contender for, well, the winner of this match. Which that should be another interesting thing as well. As we'll see here, Sanji and Steve staring each other down. Only a minute in the match has gone, and already we have seen fantastic moves. I mean, the variety of strikes that Sanji can pull out, and really Steve as well. Oh, goodness gracious, what the... Talking about, like, fantastic kicks. How do you get past that? I mean, you know, in boxing and MMA, you talk about that jab, the jab that kind of just sneaks in, and it's not necessarily the strongest hit, but... It measures distance. I wonder if that's what Sanji's trying to do, but I will say, like, Steve might not look it now, but he's kind of had the upper hand for a good chunk of this match. Look at that. Knee bar locked in by Skinny Arm Steve to Sanji, but Sanji escapes. Look at these trading strikes and shots. My goodness. Hang on a second, Steve! The Steve drop. But that fails to secure him a victory. I mean, we're only 2 minutes into the match. I mean, finisher or not, I would be sorely shocked if the defending champion lost to the first finisher he was hit with this early in the match. Hang on a second. Sanji's on the outside now. Some blood has been drawn, if you can look at the face of Sanji, but Sanji is trying to fight back against Skinny Arm Steve. He'll have to be mindful of the countout. Oh. Not a move you call honorable, but hey, if it gets him the championship, if it allows him to hold that champion, that gold, or I guess it would be silver, really, around their waist, what does it matter, right? Enziguri by Sanji. Oh, cameraman. Okay, I was gonna say. We were right in the ring post, and it's kind of hard to see that way, so maybe the cameraman could, get a clue, quite honestly. And look at this. I mean, this is kind of an interesting turn of events. I mean, as we're about to see a wrestling move here. This has kind of been, like, an MMA fight, in a weird way, because... Like, Sanji has mostly been doing kicks, though Steve is just laying one of his own. Steve has been mostly punches, and I mean, they've just been beating each other up with punches and kicks with strikes the past 3 minutes. Or would that be 4.5? I don't know. So it's interesting. I'm interested to see how that will evolve as the match goes on, you know? Will they keep this sort of more... strike-based offense? Will we start seeing more grapples? Oh gosh! Sanji hitting a facebuster to Steve on the, like, unfolded ladder. Oh my gosh, that Talk about a movement. Oh my gosh, Steve giving Sanji a taste of his own medicine. Now remember, folks, countouts do count towards decision. And our rules, disqualifications can't happen on the outside of the ring. But countouts can. And I will say, though, that those two facebusters we've seen, Steve to Sanji and Sanji to Steve, I'm very curious to see, will that have lasting impact on the competitors? Will Sanji with a bunch of up kicks? I don't know why I was blanking on the name there. Rope break, pinfall attempt. Currently, we're at the 10-minute mark, and no pinfalls have been secured. Now, the thing is that with Sanji being the defending champion, if they can make it to the time limit draw, and they're still tied like this, 0 pinfalls, oh my goodness, though, those are some crazy strikes. But if they can make it to the time limit without, losing, giving up a pinfall to Steve if they tie, Sanji holds on to the belt. Can you tell I'm recording this after working for 7 hours? I realize I'm rambling a little. I'm just very tired. Oh, it's quite alright. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think one of those kicks was low. My goodness, though. That one kicking combo can really just keep an opponent at bay. Oh my gosh! I think Sanji went for a Hurricane Rana there. Steve caught him in like a razor's edge pose, and then just tossed him out of the ring. What a move! Steve is serious about regaining that championship. He is upset that that championship was taken from him. I mean, Skinny Arm Steve, after our very first episode, a man that's been here since day one, launched into the hearts and minds after getting launched out of the ring by an explosion. He's held that mid-card title, that mid-card internet championship, social media championship, with pride and with honor and with dignity. So, for Sanji, sorry, burped a little. Was burping a little. For Sanji, for like to come in as sort of a part of a new influx of talent, and to just take that championship from me, I think Steve views that as a slap to the face, and right now is trying to impose his will to regain the title he feels is rightfully his. And I gotta tell you, with this recliner, with how long it's been just cinched in, with how that back is just being yanked into such an unnatural position, I think we might be about to see... Oh, never mind, Snapmare. I was gonna say we might be about to see the first fall. Because Steve has to be careful. Oh my gosh! So many tosses out of the rings. And folks, this is our opening match. We still have a main event #1 contenders match between Gojo, who I'm realizing after looking to my left is sitting right next to me, and Saitama, who's somewhere in the back. Oh, Hurricane Rana by Sanji. And now he's just stomping on Skinny Arm Steve, laying the kicks into the side there. He's got a guitar, and he's taken Gojo's seat. A little unnecessary, but hey, you do you, boo. Hang on, off the... What? Flying nothing, folks. Because I don't know what the heck he thought was going to happen there, but look at that, the jab kick. I will say, Steve has had a bit of an upper hand in this match so far. That little jab kick thing that Sanji's been doing, I think that's his key to victory. Because keep in mind, we are at the 6-minute mark. Well, we're closing in on the 6-minute mark. Steve has to win by getting a point lead. Sanji can just survive. He just needs to make sure that Steve doesn't have a lead in the points. He doesn't necessarily need to win. And I think that little jab kick he's been doing is the key to that. But I think, look at that figure four. Woo! Skinny Arm Steve with a figure four. Locked in. Oh, a devastating move, the way it pulls your knee out of circulation. And look at that, devastating enough to give Skinny Arm Steve the first point. Jab kick, but now Sanji needs to act fast. He needs to get a pinfall victory to tie up the score if he wants to walk out of here the champion. Knee bar, but he's in the ropes. Because so far, if Steve can just survive the next 5 minutes, he is once again the mid-card internet social media champion. And now, Steve telling Sanji to bring it, and he intends to, I believe. Look at that thunderous slam. Go for the pin. Sanji kicks out at 2. Look at that super kick by Sanji. Leg drop, kind of not really connecting all that well, but oh goodness, a stomp to the groin, then another leg drop. That one seemed to connect a lot better. But Steve with a kick of his own. Steve has sort of had Sanji's number this whole time. Like, every time Sanji mounts a little bit of offense, it seems like Steve finds a counter, finds a maneuver, and that's why Steve, our homegrown star, our original talent. Oh, look at that! Rotating sunset flip. Sanji had a pin, but the referee was knocked over momentarily due to the angle of it. I mean, I don't think that would have hit 3 anyway, but still, that's some stuff you have to be careful with. Northern Lights. Kick out at 2. Right now, so trading shots as Gojo plays everyone a little ditty. He's playing a tune. Oh, look at that beautiful looking helicopter kick. And right now, Sanji's trying to mount a bit of an offense. I don't know if Gojo's trying to distract Sanji, trying to distract Steve, the ref. I don't know what exactly Gojo's planning right now, but I don't know how effective it's going, quite honestly. Unless he kind of casts like bardic inspiration on Sanji, then currently it's probably going quite well. But we still only have 3 minutes left in this match. Oh, look at that beautiful form on Hurricane Rana, though, but Steve able to escape the hold, but Steve is dazed. He's dizzy, wobbling about. But so is Sanji. Both men are exhausted. Something's gotta give, and right now, like, Sanji just rolled out of the ring. He has 2 minutes to pin Steve to tie up the score to retain that championship. Otherwise, we see the former champion reclaim his prize. Calf slicer locked in. Will this be it for Skinny Arm Steve? Ref in position, but they were in the ropes. Pinfall attempt in the ropes again. I can't see from the ref. Okay. Up thrust with the kick there. Another calf slicer flipped over and reversed right away. Sanji's trapped in a calf slicer. That is a dangerous maneuver to have, especially if you, as the recipient of that move, a kick-based fighter, and that's what Sanji is. He's a kick-based fighter. He's known for his spectacular martial arts kicks, but I gotta wonder if that calf slicer is doing damage. They flip back into it. Will we see Sanji tap out? He does! Skinny Arm Steve has 2 points, and there's only about 1.5 minutes left in the contest. It's going to take a miracle for Sanji to be able to retain at this point. I mean, Steve has such an overwhelming lead. I mean, it's not impossible, but Sanji would have to somehow secure 2 pinfalls on Steve. Hanging the kick, Sanji trying to get some control, but really at this point, like, he needs to be fast. He needs to work quick. He could stall before, but now he can't. Shooting star press. Helicopter kick by Sanji. A move seeming to become a specialty. In the back of the head, almost knocking Steve out of the ring. Carriel takedown, straight armbar. Trying to get a submission on Steve. I don't think that's the right move. If I was Sanji, I'd be going for big kicks to connect right on the dot, right on the button, and then going for a pinfall then. Right now, there's almost 10 seconds left. We're down to the final 10 seconds. And I think Sanji's lost this. 3, 2, 1. Skinny Arm Steve is the new champion. Sanji unable to pin him in this match. Hello and welcome to the main event of the evening. We have Saitama versus Gojo. And the winner will be the #1 contender for our new champion, Skinny Arm Steve. And looks like our world champion, Sakaji, is staring down Saitama for some reason. That beautiful bald head of his is quite mesmerizing, but no need to get hypnotized by it. Hang on, off the top rope! Saitama going for his punches, and credit to Gojo, he's taken several of them. Very few beings in this world can manage such a feat, but Gojo's doing it. Oh, Gojo trips, Saitama with a splash. Kip up, my goodness, this is back and forth. So folks, just in case I haven't said it yet, this is a 2 out of 3 falls tables match, meaning the winner will be the first man to put his opponent to a table twice. Look at that! Oh my gosh! So, of course, we're kind of over budget with all the tables, so I don't have a replay function, but let me, like, spell that out for you. Oh my gosh! Saitama went for a springboard punch. Gojo caught him and belly-to-bellied him outside of the ring. Saitama doesn't normally fly, but he was definitely flying in that moment. And once again, my goodness, Gojo was just flinging Saitama, which is not a thing you see very often. Oh, look at that iron claw, I think attempting to break the table, but failing. Oh, look at that! Saitama spun out of the claw, but in the process ended up breaking the table, counting as a point for Gojo. Which means now Saitama needs to somehow put Gojo through 2 tables, is where Gojo only has to put Saitama through 1. Oh my god, I can't believe the moves we've seen from these 2 men. I mean, there was obviously that flying punch that sent Saitama flying. Oh, that was a bit cheeky, but okay. And look at that, Gojo using cursed energy to rebuild the table. Now he's recording Saitama with the camera. Actually changing his mind, he only did that for a moment, it seems. Admittedly, our camera angle's not the best, so forgive me, folks, for misquoting. Oh my gosh! I guess that, you know what? I guess this is what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when you have 2 anime characters in a wrestling match. They just do things that boggle the mind and make you think, how are they alive? And how are their spines not broken? My goodness. Gojo punching him in the face and then talking into the microphone. I mean, those microphones aren't connected to anything, but still. Oh my gosh! Gojo using the 6 eyes, I guess, to really figure out Saitama's whole deal. Like, that springboard serious punch is a devastating maneuver in Saitama's arsenal, but Gojo has countered every attempt in fantastic fashion. Oh, okay. That was an interesting kick. But my goodness, you know, when I initially read the match card and I saw Saitama versus Gojo, okay, I didn't think Gojo had much of a chance, you know? I mean, Saitama is known as One Punch Man for a reason, but let me tell you something. Gojo has not only been proving me wrong, he has been dominating Saitama. Saitama so far has barely been able to get any sort of meaningful offense, and I really truly can't believe what I'm seeing with this. Almost 5 minutes left on the timer. Okay, Gojo wins because Saitama, I don't know if he just didn't see the table or what. But we have our match. Gojo will take on Skinny Arm Steve. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, if nothing else, for Saitama's confusion. Subscribe for more content like that. Until next time, this is Valentine, signing off.